line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. Officially licensed by Microsoft, RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road. Know your vehicle. And get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Nm of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. And an easy share button lets you save and share your best laps with a simple push. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
For a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to honor and welcome you back here to PTM Racing TV, where we're live here tonight, the Windy City, as we are going on in the attack. It's time to go racing down here at Chicagoland Speedway, where tonight, Elemental Racing League brings 20 of the top drivers here to fight it out amongst themselves in Season 5's Cup Series right here on PTM Racing TV. Hi everyone, I am Christian the Crusader Driver, and we welcome you back here to the show as always. Right now, we are currently getting settled down, getting set up here tonight for our racing action here, as everyone getting fielded around the track. Last minute qualifying, last being put in around this very unique style track here, as we now present to you the DeeDub button box info here tonight. This is how the drivers are going to be playing and faring here. This is a bean-shaped, D-shaped kind of track style. Very interesting in shape, very circular in its momentum, but because of that, allows the drivers to stay more in the throttle, not having to really worry about trying to time or pace the corners in. So it really can make a difference for some. It can make a bit of a head scratcher for others in the long run. But nevertheless, it is a track that can certainly bring out the best and the worst drivers here tonight. So as we get ready to field them down in right now, drivers getting situated, done up, and finished up with the qualifying times here. Getting a good look at our reigning defending champion here in the 489, Robert Dudleyville Dudley. He is going to be the man on the top list here tonight. You may also see that last name, Winker. He is last weekend's feature winner here, looking to try and put up a show and put up a fight here and now. As we're coming down to the final laps of our qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race is presented and brought to you in part by GTR Simulator. Welcome to the future, GTR Racing Simulator. It's not that we broke the mold, we just never used one. By DeeDub, button boxes, quality button boxes, major way, button boxes always has you covered. By the ButtKicker Company, best in performance for feeling on real tracks, the virtual world, the ButtKicker, feel what you've been missing. By Gearhead Coffee, whether you're wrenching your vehicle on the garage or service customers at the automotive repair facility or dealership, Gearhead Coffee provides a unique premium quality coffee that keeps your motor running. And by Ooze Motorsports, don't think we are the cheating because you think you're fast. By LBT Pallet, getting a pallet got a pallet not up to tip-top shape, call up LBT Pallet, we got you covered. By Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, matching your wallet, they always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. By Matt Mills Racing Team, best in Xfinity teams out there sponsoring and supporting Pedal to Metal Racing League season. Help support Matt's journey by following him up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. By Mann's Maintenance, you want it done right? Call him, man. By Berrytown Cleaners, whether you get yourself in a mess, your Berrytown Cleaners can help fix that up for you. And of course, by Pottlez Wrapz, most affordable designs, metered leisure. Pottlez Wrapz will bring out the best designs in your livery. As we now come out to the track, drivers are staged and set. Race fans, it is that time at last to present to you tonight's grading order, presented in part by Pottlez Wrapz here tonight here at Chicagoland Speedway. Let's look on the pole. It will be Kevin Bullock in the 62, your starter here, with the outside of him being Philip Brown, the 17. Row 2 is going to be the number 3. Jason Henry into his outside. That'll be the 42, Kevin Winker. Row number 3, it's going to be the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn, the 21 to his outside. Dennis Warrens in the number 90. Row number 4, it's Matthew Hofford, the 84 to his outside. That'll be the 20 Jeffrey Oaks. Row 5 sees Michael Pratt in the 485 to his outside. That's the 5, Chantel, the throttle model. Row 6 sees Robert Dudley in the 49 to his outside. The 31, Dan, the man, Miglin. Row number 7, it's going to be Brandon Pike in the 22 to his outside. Corey Reed, the 27. Row number 8, that'll be Jeffrey Todd Tufts in the 72 to his outside. Kevin Baker in the 87. Row 9, we'll see Christopher Jordan in the number 78 to his outside. Jason Wright, the 54. Final starters tonight, Cindy, the older Taylor, the number 7 to her outside. Sparkalicious, Dustin Sonaker in the number 66. And race fans, this time around from the parade lap section, they've come to you from all across the country, across North America, and this great vast land around. It's time to go racing here at Chicagoland Speedway. A little international flavor, to say the least, with our 4 Canadian drivers all the way ranging from Newfoundland to Canada. They are ready to set the tone and set the pace here tonight as they come down the front straightaway. It's green flag racing time here at Chicagoland. Here we go off the start here. Kevin Bullock, the 62, gets the early run as the number 3. Jason Henry will follow in pursuit right behind it with the 21 of the Rattlesnake. Robert Kahn hot in pursuit. Dale Hart down on the back straightaway here. Everyone trying to get a feel for the track and they'll run off early. They are going to have to be very conservative, very unorthodox in this method of racing. They have to watch corners, watch them closely as we get into a bit of a 3-wide salute already out of the gate. They want a piece of the run already. They want to make the moves and make the groove. Coming off the corners here, little problems down there for the 27. Corey Reed has to back off, entering into turn 1. As they work their way around, Robert Dudleyville in the number 49 trying to make a move immediately on Matthew Hoffer in the 84. Bill will stretch their way down here as we continue the pace laps in. 80 laps the distance here tonight for these drivers. No telling who gets the advantage here. It's all about control and timing as Jason Henry apparently seems to be running into a few glitch traffic gremlins down there. He does not want to stay on the track for long. Kevin Winker, the 42, trying to be a little bit less of a target and put the 42 target Chevrolet up ahead, back into the fight. And you got to wonder as well here out of the gate, with the way these drivers are already pounding the throttle in, are they over accentuating the tires just a little bit? Are they getting a little too hard out of the gate? As we're going into our 3 wide slid in between. Looks like the 31 of Dan the Man Miglin, Brandon Pike, and Shentel the throttle bottle in this one. The throttle Shentel bottle trying to rock a GTR simulator number 5 into victory lane tonight as we go on board with her. She's got that PlayStation number 31 right beside her, still hanging in there as they continue to fight through the momentum, right through the control. Brandon Pike, man, I don't know what's going on with that 22, but he seems to have a fetish for going 3 wide here tonight already. We haven't even got a couple laps in. This man's throwing 3 wide haymakers like they're nothing. He has no boundaries when it comes to the 3 wide salute, I suppose, and I guess that tells the tale because he loves to throw it hard and run hard when he can. On board with Brandon Pike. John Herbert Dillinger coming on board with Jack Dell Motorsports in the building, rooting on for Jeff Folks. Charlie Anderson rooting on for the number 42, Evan Winker, last week's feature winner. It is great to have you all on board here tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Field's starting to stretch out a little bit here as the Cup car starts to get a little bit more under control, a little bit less into that 3 wide maniac momentum that they were carrying earlier on. As we take it to the onboard camera presented by GTR Simulator now of Kevin Winker in the 42. Kevin Winker right now, the 42, doing a great job keeping his distance, keeping himself under control. But you can see the rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, not too far out of this one either in that Motorcraft 21. He's doing a good job here trying to keep everything under control, trying to stick with the momentum, stick with the runs. But you can see that 62 Kevin Bullock isn't exactly giving him very much room when it comes to trying to make passes around here. He's still your race leader as he started out of the gate hot and fast. Take a listen to that throttle rhythm. You may be hearing it pretty well on your end compared to what I'm hearing, but you can just hear that rhythm. It's not trying to lower down too much. He's keeping the RPMs up nice and tight, nice and controlled, trying to make sure that the power is there when he goes in those corners and make sure they're there off the exits. That is how you build speed and how you build grip. But there is one little downside to that, though, is you have to remember those tires on asphalt, they do burn up, and they will take a beating out there if you're not careful. That's the one thing I think they really got to keep an eye on throughout this race and throughout this run that they're getting going right now. The 84 of Matthew Huff right now trying to put a little tack-axe into this battle here. He's had a great season in the Asphalt Series, but really I think he shined best in Season 2 of PTM Dirt Series where he won his very first season championship, taking down the likes of myself, Chantel Model, Robert Kahn, Cindy Taylor, and them as well. But ever since then, it seems like his struggles have been more on asphalt than anything else. He does have a couple late model wins and a super late model or two in there. But, I mean, I really don't know if Hoffert is really trying to stay more in the line of just an all-out kind of burn the tires up, run the hardest you can, hope for the best, or if he really is trying to figure out how to save the car, but the car just will not work with him. Harley Dudley saying, get her going there, Dudleyville. Ah, man, y'all confuse me when you say that. Good to have you on board, Miss Harley. Kenneth Roberts saying, what's up, Crusader? Good job in the booth, buddy. Gonna be a good night. Number 21 is his favorite. He's talking about the old rattlesnake himself, Brother Khan, in the show. Here we go on the onboard camera. Persistency and control right now is definitely the key factor. Philip Brown, the 17 Toyota Camry, trying to hang her down, trying to hammer off and keep the distance alive. Kevin Winker, though, the 42 Target Chevrolet Camaro, is looking like he might have a little bit of speed coming up on Evan Bullock. If we look at our lap times right now, take a look at this. Look at the green down below there for Winker and between Bullock. Bullock struggling a little bit to keep Winker off him. Winker's getting a good run on those laps and getting good position on the power. Remember, these are stages that they are completing. And it looks like lap 11 may have been the difference maker between the two. Seems as though that might have caught him a little off guard, maybe not realizing what's going on out there. Emily Miglin saying, looking good, sounding good out there. Emily, it is a pleasure to have you on board, sweetie. Thank you. Good to see you again. Oh, speaking of getting a little bit of a camera too, Robert Dudley gets a piece of Philip Brown there in the 17. Too tight on the corner in the Gearhead Coffee 17. A Toyota Camry gets a piece of it. Take a look at the PTM Instant Replay. Watch very carefully as they come around the corner. This is tight racing, but this is one of those things you've got to watch out all season long, is when you get into those runs, do you try to keep it tighter and try to risk the run of something like this happening? Take a look at this. Watch Dudley. Slight drift up, and the 17 gets a piece of it, but what a save there by the 17 of Brown. Didn't over throttle it, didn't get too crazy. He just stays under control. And he manages to wheel himself back out of it, and that was your PTM Instant Replay, brought to you by tonight our good friends over at Mann's Maintenance. Wow, it also... Okay, remember what I said earlier about that 3-wide sloop? Well, I think we just got another piece of it. This time, though, it did not end up very well. Caution flags out. We got a wreck. Jeffrey Oaks, the number 20, got a little too up close and personal, I think, there between him and the 22, Brandon Pike. And that ends up causing a little bit of mayhem in between. Let's take a look at the replay. This one got a little too out of hand. Looks like Dennis Warrens and Brandon Pike involved with this one. We'll take a look from our chopper cam here. Watch this. Look at this. Shoot the gap out of 1 and 2. And it looks to me... you guys be the honor on that one. Honestly, if I had to guess, I would say Oaksy may have got a little too aggressive going in that corner, but you saw Warrens, he actually strips up slightly there, gets into Oaksy. Obviously no means intentional by any stretch, but unfortunately ends up costing both of them some precious time. We'll take one more look at it. Watch carefully on the left side of your screen. Watch that 90 as he gets a little loose coming off the corner. Oaksy's got straight. Warrens kind of drifts up. Pike gets in it. And both drivers just taking a little bit of a fumble and a bit of a wreck, unfortunately, causing the caution to fly on out. And a tough break to start off with. But the good news is that they do have some instant repairs to use, so they don't have to really worry about that much. What they got to worry about is making sure they are set in motion and set on the timing zone for the next restart coming your way here in just a little bit. Race fans, when we come back, more action to be had. There's still a lot of racing left here in Chicagoland. First stage caution will be coming out soon. We'll see what happens as they get to the restart. Tonight's race presented and brought to you by our good friends over at GTR Simulator. Welcome to the future, GTR Racing Simulator. It's not that we broke the mold, we just never used one. By DeeDub Button Boxes. Quality button boxes made your way. DeeDub Button Boxes always has you covered. By the ButtKicker, best in performance on feeling on rail tracks of the virtual world. ButtKicker, feel what you've been missing. And by Gearhead Coffee. Whether you're wrenching on your vehicle in the home, garage, or servicing customers at your automotive repair facility or dealership, Gearhead Coffee provides a unique premium coffee that keeps your motor running. I'll tell you one thing there, guys. I ended up getting one of my street stocks actually done up there with the Gearhead Coffee stuff and all that. And I'll tell you one thing, I put a little fuel into that thing, and that thing has been an absolute beast as of late. Got me a couple of wins there down at Lanier Asphalt as of late, and I've been loving every minute of it. So from what I'm being told right now, everyone ready to field it back in, and Jeffrey Oaks is going to stay out with some damage on that 20. Looks like he did not have time to get it repaired, and he knows he's in trouble already. So the field will stretch them back in here after that lap 14 incident. First caution of the night, unfortunately, here at Chicagoland Speedway, but so far, an absolute barn burner of a fight here tonight between the drivers. Great stuff, 3 wide slits in between, and the thing is, we're just off the start here, folks. We just came from Talladega last weekend. Really, these drivers have proven the one thing, and that they're out to make a name and make a show for themselves. And as we get back to the restart with the green flag flying high in there, you see our flagman tonight. That is Bobby Ferguson doing that one here. My boy Gary Bob Ferguson doing a great job out there controlling the flag, controlling the handle of our drivers here as we go back to the restart. Some drivers deciding to stay out, the 5 Chantel Bottle being one of them, as she'll try to hang with the draft and stay with the field. Maybe looking to get to a little bit of a breakout here as they come off out of turn 3 into 4 here. Everybody going back into a possible 3 wide slips, and if that's the danger you run at Chicagoland Speedway, is that close corner, close fighting battles. You got to make sure you watch it and you watch your turns every time. One wrong move and it could be the end of your night. Jason Wright now the 54 Dunkin' Donuts Chevrolet Camaro trying to hang in there with him, but he's losing a lot of ground time. Everybody just moving right past him, trying to swerve around. Cindy the Closer Taylor in kind of a bit of a rough shot as well. The former champion trying to defend off a whole host of men behind her, and Dan the Man Miggle and Corey Reed and Robert the Rattlesnake on as they charge ahead with the caution flag finally flying out here for our stage break. Stage finally completed here, and it looks like Kevin Bullock will be your stage 1 winner here tonight, so he will win stage number 1 here, and that's going to be a big monkey off his back, I feel, because the thing is, for that 62, we saw him put up a great fight last time out, but he kind of got caught up in a bit of a pickle or two and got into a bit of circumstances he did not want to deal with. I think tonight, though, that 62 Grub City will have something to prove here, and maybe something a little bit more. We'll see, though, as we progress through the night and see how the racing continues on. Top 5 in this one after that race right there. That'll be Kevin Bullock with the top spot. Kevin Winker coming away with 2nd. And Chantel Throttle Pottle with 3rd. 4th being Robert Rattlesnake Khan, and 5th to Jason Henry. And as we progress through the night and progress through the racing, you got to wonder how much more will these drivers be able to handle and take on the tires. Only our 2nd caution, 1st stage caution of the night. Race fans, coming back to you live here at Chicago. More action to be had. And tonight's race also brought to you in part by our good friends over at Ooze Motorsports. Don't think we're cheating because you think you're fast. By LBT Pallet. Got a pallet not up to tip-top shape? Call up LBT Pallet. We got you covered. By Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. And, of course, by our good friends over at Matt Mills Racing Team, best of Xfinity teams out there sponsoring and supporting Battle Mill Racing this season. If you want to support Matt's journey, follow him up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and always root him on when he's on the track. For those at home that do not know, Matt Mills drives that number 5 you see in the Xfinity Series. We've got to talk and race with him actually in person quite a few times. I'll tell you, nice guy, extremely caring individual, and honestly, he does not get enough credit, enough love out there from the fans that support, in my opinion. So, if you guys can, seriously, go give that man a little bit of love and support for doing everything he's done for our show and everything here. Pedal ML Racing League definitely has told me they are very much in debt to him even starting with them to begin with when they came into iRacing. And really, what a story it has been. What a franchise history it's been for everybody out here that comes onto our show and comes onto our track. Because the thing is, this started with an idea. It started back from NASCAR Heat 3. Really Heat 2 for that matter, but Heat 3 is where it really started to take off, where people started to take notice of the name Pedal to the Metal Racing League. And then it went off into Heat 4, where then it was, I came into the picture, I came into the fold, and I was just a driver for this league. I was racing for them, and I was doing everything I can down there to try to hang with the top guys like Robert Kahn, Chantel Pottle, and Jeffrey Oakes, Matthew Hoffer, and all them. But I think I never really would have expected that when it came back to iRacing, everything would just change all of a sudden, and then it became something bigger, something more popular than I think anybody could have expected in their right mind. It really is a simulation of real cars, real NASCAR world, even. Of course, you got the Lucas Oil Off-Road Series, you got the Legend Series that they run, you got the MAV TV dirt stocks, or even the UMP Modifieds, the IMCA cars out there. It's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother ball game. It's just so enjoyable every time to be able to do this and be able to call these races. And for you fans at home, it really wouldn't be done without you guys. So thank you again for everything and support as we start to get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a moment. Field will march their way down and around, and the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn this time by will have the race lead. There's one thing Kahn knows about Chicagoland Speedway, is how to hang with the best and the toughest. Remember a couple of seasons ago, he went to war with Bob Hutchins, and he ended up falling victim that night to the Bob the attack. But this time here tonight, he seems to get something more dialed in, ready to roll a redemption and get a win here at Chicagoland. How do they get to go out of turn one? Drivers lead him off. We are back under green, and the field stretching out, starting to field back around. It looks like it could be an opening here for some of the other drivers to make a name for themselves. One of them being that LBT Pallet 72 there. That is Mr. Jeffrey Todd's Ups. The Chevrolet Camaro trying to keep the Canadian hopes alive, trying to keep the Rock hopes alive. Seeing him work his way up into the top 5 here. He is working off with Dan the Man Miglin and Michael Pratt right in front of him. Pratt said he only has the sponsors from the league he just threw on that car, and he doesn't really have anything other than what that car presented to him, so he decided to stick with it and run it out on the track. I must say, very plain with the scheme, but it still has a lot of character and heart because the driver makes the car, not necessarily the scheme. And he's showing that and then some right here and now as he tries to go up there and fight with the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn. As Todd's Ups. The 72 has to back off down the front straightaway. A little bit of problems there for the 72. Has to back her down, get it straightened out. He does, but the problem is he slows down. Jason Henry, the number 3, has Kevin Bullock right behind him. Falls in pursuit and falling for the maneuver. Bullock and Corey Reed now on the attack, on the game plan of the momentum run, trying to show their worth, trying to show their momentum. And you got three of the Canadians and the Rock drivers trying to take down the Americans here as we field them off. Todd Tuss being drafted there by the 77 there, Corey Reed. With Chantel, the throttle bottle, the other fellow Rock driver right behind her. Currently streaming over on her Pottlez Racing in. If you want to check out her work and what she's up to down there, highly recommend it. Back on board here with Brandon Pike. We saw him earlier on just throwing 3 wides to Lewis like they were nothing. He didn't care where he was at. He just wanted to have some fun out here. Oh, he certainly was indeed, but my friends, he currently is having to deal with some added company and added pressure as Jeffrey Oaks in the 20 gets a little bump and runs. Ag there, he's trying to straighten it back out. Can he get it settled back down? Yes, he can. But unfortunately, trying to do that means you have to slow down and get off the pace, and that might have cost him more than I think he realizes. He'll have to rely on the back of the pack to draft him back in this. Oh, and that might not be what he was hoping for there. The 17 and them getting right into it out of turn 4. No flag yet. Philip Brown crashed in hard, and now there's the caution finally. Oh my. Ouch, ouch, and ouch. And the DeeDub button box number 90 of Dennis Warrens getting collided in there with Philip Brown and Jeffrey Oaks. I couldn't tell you for sure where that started from. It looked like maybe the 20 slightly got tipped by the 17. It's hard to tell from the angle. We'll take a look at the PTM Instant Replay here. Here is the PTM Instant Replay, presented in part by our good friends over at Mann's Maintenance here tonight. Watch this coming out of 3 and 4. Looks to me like the 17 just drifted up slightly there and ended up getting caught off into the 20, unfortunately. Taking a look at it from another angle, looks like maybe he just couldn't quite get it to settle back down the way he was hoping for. And again, this is just how close these drivers are to one another. They don't even realize like just how far they're coming up or how they're coming into each other. And unfortunately, just kind of a racing ordeal as the 17 gets kind of caught up in the mix of things. That was your PTM Instant Replay. So Philip Brown unfortunately getting caught off in the mix and caught up in the crash of things here, and sadly could not keep his momentum down. We'll see what the officials are calling for. So field right now, I don't know why we had the PTM replay up there. My bad, folks. I don't know what the... Not sure what my producers were doing back here behind the scenes. I think they were trying to show one more angle of that one, but they said no, we had lost the footage there. I don't know how we lost the footage, but oh well. Can't win them all, guys. But nevertheless, here, Reigns fans, as we continue to settle back down and get things figured back on up. Pace laps are starting to clear away. And drivers are ready to get back to the action and back to the groove of things. You can see the Pedal to the Metal Racing League banners up top there. They'll be flying those high all the time and all around. That is one of the unique things about this league now that they have done. They said point blank, we're going to be working on trying to get a whole new look and a whole new feel for everyone out here. The only driver I believe that does not have the locals or sponsors up there looks like maybe Brandon Pike. I think he told me earlier that there was just kind of an issue on his end. He just can't seem to figure out how to get that paint to work up. And I used to say Robert Kahn was the one that had all the troubles with that, but I guess everybody's having troubles with it. I've even had troubles with that as of late. I don't know what's going on. For those at home that are just new and never tuned in with us before, what it is with trading paints is you have to make sure you've got the car set with the scheme and everything, and you got to make sure you reload it in when you join into a server. And there are times that we do forget that it's even on the scheme or that something's not right. But nevertheless, here tonight, that's beyond the point. That'll be beyond what they're working out, because they are going to try and continue to fight them off here and fight the race in as the green flag flies back on out. We're back underway here. Just about ready to reach halfway point and the end of the stage 2. Kevin Baker, the 87 right now, trying to hang in there with the field as Dan the Man mingling in the 31 going up top, looking to maybe get a run on the bottom, looking for the inside corner, but he's got a Corey Reed right beside him. You got to be careful about his move here. He manages to keep his opening, keep it in check. Oh, but Baker gets right into the wall. Back him down, bud. Watch out. 3 wide on the front stretch. Oh, not enough time. Todd Tufts gets him and gets right in between. Ouch, no. And the 72 Jeffrey Todd Tufts unfortunately gets caught in the mix of things. Nowhere to go and had nowhere to get out of that. Yeah, that just shows you the trickiness this track can bring to the table sometimes. What a tough break there coming around for both drivers this one. Looks like Todd may have been slightly drifted up. You can see where the corner just kind of came up all of a sudden. Kind of got everybody all crossed up and out of shape and out of place. That's a really bad timing and error there, unfortunately, for all drivers. There's really nothing you can do about it, though. There's just so many ways that can go wrong for you. You can see Baker, he's backing off, trying to get out of it, but Todd, he doesn't realize how close the wall is or how close Baker is, and unfortunately, when you're just in that kind of a moment, you don't even think about it happening until it's all too little too late. Wow. And that will pretty much kind of settle him back down again. And what a wild night it has been. Already have had more cautions than most. As looks like 42 Kevin Winker maybe playing with the boys a little bit. I think he's just trying to see which ones he can get into pit road. I'm not so sure I would have done that strategy there. I think I would have just let it be. And if I'm going in, I'm going in. But, you know, that's the thing about racing. Mind games is key. You're not winning if you ain't having a little fun out there. So everybody ready to get cornered off once more. When we come back, we're going to finish the stage and we're going to get ready to rock and roll a little bit more. Stay tuned with us here on PTM Racing TV. Tonight's race brought to you in part by good friends over at Mann's Maintenance. You want it done right? Call a man. By Barrytown Cleaners. When you got yourself a mess, Barrytown Cleaners can help fix that up. And by Pottlez Wrapz, most affordable designs, made your leisure. Pottlez Wrapz will bring out the best designs in your library. Alright, so looks like caution lights will be flashing off this time by. And hopefully we can start getting this figured out here. And remember, folks, this will be all the way 80 laps to the draw. There will be absolutely no time limits, no nothing. You either finish the race or you don't. We managed to work it into the schedule that if we do not have any other races to deal with or anything like that, we're going to get a full race in. That was the word of mouth and the word on the street, and that is what we agreed to, and hopefully we can see that happening here. Unfortunately, though, quite a few cautions kind of stirring in the mix of the pot. As we get ready to finish out the stage now, it looks like it'll be Robert Kahn in the 21 still with the lead with Kevin Winker. Maybe looking to put a little bit of his mind games to good use and put up a fight here. Chantel Throttle Pottle, don't count her out. And then number 5, she has been being very sneaky out there, and her fellow Rock member there, and then Corey Reed, the 27, even though still quite hasn't got that number put on there just yet, has been awfully hard on the charge and very, very conservative when it comes to how he wants to play the game. Will he be able to be the master and rocket his way into another top spot here? They bring him off out of turn 4 this time by back inside for a little green flag action here and now. Off the corners of turn 1 and 2, out of the gate, Winker has got to play a little catch-up. Kevin Bullock extremely aggressive on the inside, looking to pound the throttle away. He wants all of it, and he wants a little bit more than just that. Into the corner he goes. He was stage 1 winner. Will he be stage 2's winner? He'll have to try to catch Winker and Kahn here because both drivers are not going to give an inch. Kahn trying to block on the bottom, trying to keep his line in play. Open to fend off the 482. The 482, though, Winker is opting for a move. Trying to find the right opportunity to put the Coca-Cola Target 42 ahead. Can't quite get it just yet. You can see everybody marching away looking for any kind of run they can get. At this point, you might as well call this Talladega Part 2 because they are not lifting off that throttle. They will have all the power and all the bass under the hood. Kahn has the advantage as they go to caution. The flag raises for the stage break, and now this is where things get extremely interesting. The halfway point reached. No more stage cautions after this one. We're going to go live for a full-on last-minute green flag running as we're getting ready to see more battles, more action here on the show. And right now, I tell you, these drivers are doing everything they can. They're doing their darndest to hold out and put up the fight and put on the show. Do they have anything left? Can any of the guys back here, can they get something going and dial the track in at Chicago and break free of the Windy City? Find out when we return here to PTM Racing TV.
Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. Officially licensed by Microsoft, RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road, know your vehicle, and get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Newton-meters of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. And an easy share button lets you save and share your best laps with a simple push. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here and now as we are presenting back to you here at PTM Racing TV. We are set back to go green flag racing here in just a second. After all the madness of the first two stages, this final stage will determine our winner here tonight, Chicagoland Speedway, as we have some great guests joining us from the down under. Danny Graham coming on board, watching from Australia. Man, that's got to be late down there, sir. But appreciate coming on board. He's rooting for that number 17, Philip Brown, here tonight. Philip will be in the 17 there in the 7th place spot. We'll see if he can get the Toyota Camry into the fight. Kevin Bullock getting a shout out around here. Bullock, good to have you on board here, sir. John Herbert Dillinger still brooding on in for Jack Dowell Motorsports Simulator and Esports LLC driver Jeffrey Oakes running in the top 10. Wanting to root off with the number 20 here tonight. Our field will set the pace and set the tone. Last season's feature champion, Robert Dudley the 49, will be the man to beat this time. Can he keep his consistency and keep the streak alive and win another season championship? We're going to find out now as we go back to the green flag. We're off and running. All out of the gate here, the 31, Dan the Man Miggle in the PlayStation 31 will have the advantage on the bottom lane. Brandon Pike trying to keep the 22 Benzoil Shell Ford Mustang away from getting into trouble zone there. Holding him down on the back straightaway though. Every driver for themselves as we start to move the gains. Field will get nice and relaxed in. Looks like maybe a lot of drivers kind of opting to stay in the back for now and then work their way up to the front later on. There's definitely a lot of ways to play strategy around here. I'd say probably the best strategy you can do though is just maintaining grip, maintaining speed, and making sure you're not over accentuating any part of the track. Those tires do take a lot of tear and wear, and you over accentuate them just a little bit, they will break down on you quite quickly. But Robert Dudley does not seem to mind that at all. He's following one line and one line only, his line, because he's got the lead. Jason Wright yet again the 54. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got trouble down there. We got a big wreck. Dan Miglin getting caught up once again. Dennis Warrens and Dustin Sornicker staying out of that mess, but Dan Miglin, the 31, does not feel so fortunate there. And this right here is our 4th caution of the night here. And if you don't include the stage breaks here, that's already 3 more than we had at Talladega. Who would have thought there? You would have thought it would have been the opposite. Here's what I look at though. Watch right here as I come in, slightly drifting up there. There's Dan the Man Miglin into the 45, and oh man. I think that might have been the 84, Matthew Hoffer, that got a piece of him there. That was a big bump there, to say the least. Let's take one more look at it here. We're gonna go back to our little drone cam I got flying around in front of them. Don't worry, they don't see nothing. I made sure to put some invisible ink on that thing so no one sees it. Let's see right here. Michael Pratt drives down slightly. Yeah, that one's a close one. I don't know. You guys be the judgment call on that one. That one looks like it could have been either way. It looked to me like a bit of a racing ordeal, unfortunately. But Miglin will have to go to the back anyway because he's going to have to get some repairs done up on that car. Well, while they get things settled back down around here and hopefully get things cleared off on the track, we'll have to catch more action as we progress through and continue on with tonight's action. Stay tuned with us. We're not done here yet from Chicagoland Speedway.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. I started trying over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here now on PTM Racing TV. We're getting ready to get back to the green flag here in the PTM Cup Series Season 5 action. Coming your way with about 31 laps remaining on the field. Currently, Robert Dudley is currently the race leader with that 22. Brandon Pike still searching for his first win of the season, while Michael Pratt in the 45 getting caught off guard from Dan the Man Miglin. Miglin going all the way to the back here. Damage so bad he had to basically start straight in there, so hopefully he'll be able to refire it up and clear it up from the damage he took. Pit stop did not work out in his favor as well as I think he was hoping for as they come down across the front straightaway looking for the green flag to pop back out. It's back to action and back to form here on Green GM. Side by side for the race lead. Brandon Pike, the 22, has got a run. He's got a seam. He looks for the momentum. Wait. Here comes Tubbs and Phillip Brown right on the inside. Phillip Brown, I just saw him dive straight down. I'm not sure if he was looking for a 3-wide salute or if he was trying to follow what Todd was doing. But both guys nearly getting caught off guard and caught in the mix of this one here. That is a wild maneuver, evasive action put on them. Talk about trying to make moves when you can find them most. Holy cow. To the chopper cam we go, and Phillip Brown, the 17, is fading off badly here. That's trouble for that 17 machinist. Todd Tuss looks to regain the ground, regain the momentum. Winker diving down the inside here as the 42 tries to hold the target in line. He's trying to keep it on target, you could say. Okay, I'll stop. Well, we look back in the back here, a little Chevrolet Silverado action from our Chevy, number 3, Jason Henry. Kind of got the schemes and colors of a Kyle Larson out there, if you ask me. I don't know if I would have ran the number 3, though. That's kind of sacrilegious to drive that car, isn't it? Some would disagree with me on that one, but I don't know. We don't really see too many drivers running that 3 around here. A lot of them run on other leagues, but I never really see it too often in metal to metal, to be honest with you. Evasive moving and a lot of runs around the corners here. Everybody trying to find the opportunity of where they can get it. And with about 28 laps remaining here with Robert Dudley and Brandon Pike. Anybody's guess who's going to get the advantage here. Dudley is just being pure consistent, trying to stay with the run and stay with the momentum. But you can see the drivers behind him that are saving the tires up. They're looking for opportunity where they can strike as we get a bit of a 3-wide salute and a 3 and 4. Corey Reed, the 27, Chantel Bottle, Michael Pratt, and the number 3, Jason Henry, all fighting it out here in between one another for that 8th place spot. Henry trying to dive back down, gonna run off, but you can see there Pratt is not gonna give them an inch. He says, I know you're coming, but I'm not playing these games. You can take everything you want from me, but I'm not giving it to you. That's the way he's looking at it here. Dennis Warren's kind of caught off in the middle of things earlier on. Tough break for him so far. He is struggling to keep car in shape and car in momentum. We saw Jeffrey Oakes getting involved in a few incidences earlier, and Cindy the Closer Taylor, still in my opinion, really struggling out there to be able to stick with paces and stick with the momentum she's carried. She is known as the closer for a reason, and Chantel Bottle goes for a ride there on the outside in the corner of the grassy plains. Big wreck there for the number 5. She is in the infield, opened up her own lawn care service as we go to caution. Ouch, ouch, and oh, what's that other word? Oh yeah, ouch. And before I try to figure out how bad that must have hurt and try to put the news of force that they just hammered with, I think it's time we go to the PTM Instant Replay. One more look at this one right here. Look at the 5. She runs it in. And I'm going to be honest with you, folks. That was all on her, unfortunately. Just kind of giving herself trouble there. She gets into the 3 and calling for the causing the caution to come out. Take one more look at it here and just watch very carefully what happened here. Try to avoid it. She just overdrives at the slightest bit, gets into the 3, and around she goes, unfortunately. And that was your PTM Instant Replay, brought to you in part by tonight by Mann's Maintenance, as our field gets centered back away. Kevin Bullock looks like he's going to take full advantage of this one. Chantel will have to go to the back here, unfortunately, for causing the caution to come out. Just kind of overdrove it just way too much there in the turn. Field stretching back in, ready to get back to the action here as we are still trying to confirm and get a winner here tonight. A lot of damage there on the 5. I don't know if she has any more instant repairs to use. I think she might be a little bit in trouble here. Or she may be trying to save them up. Hard to really say, but I believe they are given 2 instant repairs here tonight. Or maybe that is, I think, the rule of thumb. If you abuse them up too many times, then really it's going to cost you dearly. I think she's probably saving them out. There's one thing that we do know with the 5 is that she's extremely crafty with waiting it out, seeing if she can get repaired there in pit road rather than doing a full-on instant repair. We've seen some of these drivers do that before, where even myself included, where I'm at Daytona or Talladega, don't even really need to worry about the instant repair unless absolutely necessary to get it refired. You could basically just kind of lay in there for a little bit. It takes maybe about 10-20 seconds at most. You can get a lot of damage fixed up and get the aerodynamics back into your favor. And here at Chicagoland, that's definitely going to be a big need there. Danny Graham saying in the 17 wins tonight, I'll throw a kangaroo logo sponsor on the card for next race. I love it. I gotta say, the Australians down there, the Aussies, you guys are a lot of fun to talk with and work with down there. I will say, we had I don't know if you might know him, but we got a guy by the name of Wade Auger. Had the privilege of watching him go at it down there and broadcast over on one of our speedways here in my home tracks, my world. And man, I can tell you one thing, he was probably one of the most entertaining guys I've had to deal with in quite some time when it came to any sport of racing. Absolute blast to hear. Really complimented the other great commentators we got here in my state. But I'll tell you one thing, man, this is going to be a bit of a war zone out here still. Drivers trying to get back into the fight. As the 31 and Dan the Man Miglin will have to try to keep up the distance here. We still got a lot of laps though. Don't think for 1 second 21 laps is not enough laps to make some moves and make some charges here. That's plenty of time to make things really interesting around on these parts. Can be a semblance of hope, could be a semblance of a chance, but all will be lost if you don't make the pedal straight into the metal. You got to get through the floorboards, and you got to get hammered down time around here. As we set the pace back in onto the back straightaway here, field ready to fire them back up. Coming around out of 3 and 4 this time by the Rattlesnake. Robert Kahn and Kevin Bullock will go at it here. Bullock looking for his first ever win here on PTM Racing TV, looking to take down a few of the best drivers of Battle of the Metal. The Cup Series tonight has been absolutely giving it a barn burn, a great show. Can we keep the momentum going and see a little bit more action as we bring the green back on out? We'll see it here now. 21 laps left here as we are ready to field him back in. Robert Dudleyville. Dudley now already trying to play the advantage card. Went into pit road, got everything situated out. And Robert Kahn did much of the same. Kahn, though, still working out the kinks of a new wheel and some new bugs down there in that pedal system. Field stretching it up to the fight into the zone. Corey Reed, Dennis Warren, the fellow Canadians right now trying to stick with the pace, stick with the time. While Phillip Brown is right in the mix of things once more. Jason Henry in the on the corner as well, on the cusp of making a fight here. You can see him using those feet down there, really keeping an eye on that clutch, keeping an eye on that brake with that right foot. Does not want to touch either of them if he doesn't have to. He'll back him down when he has to at most, but he does not like to do either or. Tack Expo gear. Oh, look out down on the front straightaway. We got a big wreck here. Brandon Pike, the 22, got off guard here again, and unfortunately for him, cost in the middle of this one. Yellow flag is out, unfortunately. The 22 caught in the mix of things. And once more, I mean, this is, I don't know, folks. I really don't know where the trouble started or what happened here, but it seemed like last week we were not having any issues. Now tonight here on this mile-and-a-half long track, seems like this is starting to get a bit more aggressive. Looks like Pike got slightly loose off the corners, ends up getting himself in trouble, and kind of spins himself around, getting the caution to come out, unfortunately. What a tough break there for that 22. We'll take one more look at it here from this angle. We're going to take a closer look at it. See, Winker's getting a push. Watch the 22, though. He's driving so far up high. And look at him, trying to avoid the 49. He's slightly loose, though. He's still on the throttle. Winker gives him a little love tap. There was nothing they can do about it. See, Winker's trying to back off, but the 22 is already loose and out of control there. Had nowhere to go and nowhere to get out of, unfortunately. Winker, last weekend's feature winner, just trying to keep himself in line, keep himself at play, but just could not quite clear himself out of that mess. Emily Miglin coming on board now, saying that Dunkin' Donuts car is awesome. Coffee equals life. Yes, it does. If you want some coffee down there, I don't think there's any brand name you can trust better than Gearhead Coffee. Seriously, you guys haven't tried their stuff, you're all missing out, man. They have got some incredible stuff down there. You gotta check them out ASAP when you get the chance. So Pike, after that little situation there, will try to fight his way back up and try to put up one little run or two off. Not sure how he felt about that one, or if he feels like he might need to put a little bit more speed under the hood, but he's got still plenty of time here. But getting around traffic may be easier said than done. Emily Megan said, haven't tried it yet, but the brand looks amazing. Yeah, the brand does. It is. I tell you one thing, man. It's an awesome design looking stuff. And those coffee shops, man, they got nothing to Gearhead Coffee. Seriously, y'all haven't tried them. Y'all best get to it immediately because they are worth it. I will say that right now. Here we go, back down to the green flag here, back on the charge, and we're back underway. 16 laps left. Do or die time for some of these drivers. It's get and go. And the Gearhead Coffee Toyota Camry 17. Philip Brown says, I know what to get and go. I'm fueled up with the Gearhead. Here he comes. Down on the back straightaway here, the 21. Robert Kahn, he tried to block him. He blocks him down the middle. That opens the door for a Winker. He tried to block the 17 as he was gaining the momentum. Kahn feels like he might be in trouble here. He may indeed here. This is where things get extremely aggressive and gets extremely out of hand here if they're not careful. Kahn has a run on the outside, but Brown is dialed in on the bottom. He has him right in his sights. Can he get around him again? Jason Reif now looking to put some Dunkin' Donuts back into this momentum run. Looks like Cindy the Colter Taylor falling right behind with Kevin Baker on the outside. Matthew Hofford also in this, still not done just yet. Miglin Todd driving up slightly here off the corner, managing to keep it in day. A lot of hard racing from all ends of the spectrum. It could go either way with these drivers. Everyone flipping around, flipping the corners off. Nobody wants to lose it when they don't want to. They want to stay in the hunt, stay in the charge. Which one of these drivers is going to win the second race of the season, and which one of them is going to start punching their ticket closer to the big day, the big dance on the final race of the season? We've had races that have come literally to the very wire, to the very end here on PTM Racing TV, and championships have been chosen not off of luck, but off of just literally pure skill and unalterated horsepower. We've seen it here with the Fast and Fun Champion Power Equipment Cup Series, which we'll see Tuesday night. What they did there, how they were able to hold off the charges and hold off the runs. The 4-car battle championship there between everyone in Kansas was certainly something. And right now, I think we're getting another piece of just what these Cup cars can do here tonight at Chicagoland. As we're down to the final 12, I don't think anybody's lifting at this point. I think they're just really pulling the throttle when they can. Don't hold anything back. That's the mantra around here. You put the pedal straight to the metal. You hope for the best. Jeffrey Oaks, the 20 now, is sneaking his way across. Down on the inside corner there. The 49 of Dudley trying to hold him off. Dudley looking for an opening, looking for a chance to get the 20 out of his way. I don't think that's what he meant to do by that, though. Field is starting to stretch out a little bit here. And how about this? The 5 is Chantel Bottle. She got the damage fixed up on the 5, and now she is rocking and wheeling up back in. She's in the 15th looking for more. Little 3 wide, so look at the ladies here. Cindy and Chantel all in this to win it. It's still 3 wide, neither one giving an inch. Looks like the tires might be fading slightly, though. Not gaining as much ground as I think maybe they were hoping for. The opportunity to strike while they can. 10 laps to go here. Oaksy and Winker still in it. Philip Brown there on the back straightaway trying to get the Gearhead Coffee Toyota Camry 17 ahead. I think he was hearing the plea, the cry that Danny Graham said to him, get that thing into victory lane, and I'm giving you a little fun, and I'm going to give you something to remember. But Hofford in this 84 is in the grass, the grassy plains. What happened to him? Hofford unfortunately got sent to the Shadow Realm, and apparently he forgot he's running a race out there. You're not supposed to open your own lawn care service when you're out here on the track, my friend. Robert Dudley on the outside, the 49 Mercury machine still in this to win it as Corey Reed follows in pursuit, but Dudley is starting to put a full throttle assault back in check. Absolutely incredible hard racing for these drivers. Nobody giving an inch, no one giving any chances up. The fast and the brightest coming alive here tonight, while everyone else looks to try and work off each other and trying to give themselves a fair shake of things. On board here with the 78, Christopher Jordan, as he tries to rock a little Superman machine up to the front. Got the 5 GTR simulator right beside him here as they come off the corners of the fluxes of the front straightaway. But the 5 not giving out just yet here. Every driver not giving out there for that matter. This is just absolutely incredible. Great stuff here coming to the end. And look at this, Dennis Warren's DeeDub button box number 90. He seems to have finally found his rhythm, finally found the grip and the groove, but he is so far behind here are the race leaders. I don't think he's going to have time to catch up. Oh, Robert Dudley there into the grassy plains. Maybe not be the same situation. He tags the wall out of turn 4. The damage is there on the right side. The 49's in trouble. Robert Dudley gets up east of the wall. You can see the damage and the fabrication on that right side has got a little beat up fender. And look at this, Philip Brown now, about a second back, is starting to wheel in Kahn with Winker helping him out a little bit. Winker knows the only way left to help out Brown and himself to get the Kahn is to draft. Well, apparently they seem to forgot about that. Kahn seems to now just get the run off and they are charging ahead. They were catching him slightly, but now it's going to be a full second ahead. Philip Brown is right in the mix of this on the inside. Here comes Winker. The 42 now trying to put the target up ahead, trying to target himself into victory lane. I don't think he's going to have time though to catch Kahn though. Kahn's too far ahead. Kahn is looking for redemption after a few months of thinking about that Truck Series race where he basically feels like he was owed one. Is this his time to get revenge on it for himself in Chicagoland here tonight in the Cup Series, that is. Another 3 wide slur. Bullock right in the middle trying to hold the line down. And the grub guy tries to keep his distance. He doesn't social distance around here. It's not 21 to him. It's 1989 to him, my friends. Holy smokes, man. This is a last-minute battle, last-minute charge. Everybody looking for position. Top 10 will get points more added in, while the top 20 will get something for showing up. But you still have to make sure you stay with it. As Bullock runs out of time. Trouble's there for the 62. Rife having troubles as well. Everyone getting caught up in the middle of this one here. Bullock's night is over with. The 62 will have to call it a day. Biglin on the outside. Dudley right back in. Look at Kevin Baker. Oh, Kevin Baker gets to Dudley. Dudley gets tagged by Baker out of 3 and 4. And there's only 2 laps to go. There's one more lap. There will be no more cautions. It's game over if you don't figure this one out. What a wild frenetic pace. The closer finally starting to build some pace there with Sidney Taylor moving the chains. Going up into the top 10, but coming in at 3 and 4. We've got one more lap remaining for this man in the Quick Lane 21 Motorcraft Ford Mustang. The Rattlesnake Robert Kahn has been beaten and battered and has fired it out for all he's got. Word now, right now, I'm getting radio command. Bullock ran out of gas down there. What a tough break for him. That has got to be the worst luck he can think of, and he'll have to start and end up 19th tonight. But coming off the back straightaway, race fans, out of 3 and 4 to the GTR Simulator checkered lane, checkered flag run. Robert Kahn, redemption for a couple of seasons ago. He wins at Chicagoland. Second goes to Kevin Winker, last weekend's feature winner. Third goes to Jeffrey Oaks, fourth to Corey Reed and Dennis Warrens. How about this? A solid 5th place finish to end the night. It was a night full of mischief, mayhem, and a little bit of insanity in between. But I think there's one thing we can all agree on. is that the rattlesnake may have just gotten his wish and got back at a track he feels owed him a couple. Time for a little burnouts in the Pennsylvania camp. What a night for him and the team here as we now present to you live here our final results here presented in part by our good friends over at Ford Entertainment Group PC.net. The Rattlesnake Robert Kahn wins it. Second goes to Winker. Third to Oaksey. Fourth to Corey Reed. Fifth to Dennis Warren. Sixth to Jason Henry. Seventh to Daniel Miglin. Eighth to Cindy Taylor. Ninth to Kevin Baker. 10th to Brandon Pike. Rest of the field showing up on your screen right now as we are about ready to go and talk with our drivers. We'll be joining them here in just a brief moment here, folks. When we come back, it's time to head down to Victory Lane and talk with our finishers here tonight.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to PTM Racing TV. We're now ready to talk with our top three here tonight. And race fans, we started off with the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks and Old Oaksey once again pulling off another tremendous performance for the Jack Dowell Motorsports team down there as he is joined here in the comments section as well here and in the booth here. Oaksey, man, you had a lot of hard charges, a lot of hard racing here tonight, but it seemed like you kind of got caught off guard on a few areas, but this time around you managed to stick it out here for a third place finish.
Yeah, man, them first 40 laps were eventful, and this package they have here, like, you get a run every corner. It doesn't matter whether it's turn 2 or turn 4. It's somebody's getting runs because of the draft and everything else, and there wasn't a lot of give and take early on. Guys were wanting to put it 3 wide and things like that, but yeah, adversity paid off in this one.
It certainly did indeed, and you're managing to walk away with the third place finish here tonight. Who do you got to thank you for this one, and who got you to the dance?
Yeah, another podium, so can't complain about that. First, I want to thank my beautiful wife for supporting me in doing this. Jack Dowell Motorsports for providing the paint scheme and all the support that they do for me. And once again, you guys up there in the booth and PTM Racing TV, everything you guys do, you put on a good show. And all our sponsors that signed on this year, GTR Simulators, LBT Pallets, Pottlez Wrapz, and it goes on and on. Matt Mills Racing, but yeah, I appreciate all the fans. So we couldn't do this without people watching. So
absolutely indeed. Well, nevertheless, Oaksey, you're walking away with third place finish here tonight. Appreciate coming on board here tonight, my friend. What a victory for you and the team here.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
A third place podium, I should say, not victory in this case here. Still looking for that first win of the season here as we now bring back in Kevin Winker here. Kevin, I gotta believe, man, after last weekend's victory you had, seemed like everything was just dialed in and figured out perfectly here, but now, as you come into Chicagoland, you're pretty much up on the top of the points list here. What does that mean to you and your team here?
I mean, I'm just getting better and better each week. I probably started iRacing about a year ago, and I was terrible when I started, like I'm sure everybody else is. And, you know, doing league races and here and that, just keep getting better and better and keep working on stuff and fine-tuning and find myself here up the top.
And you did indeed here, man. Another top podium here. This time not necessarily in victory lane, but still Second place will keep you in the points race and in the lead right now with about 10 races to go. Man, I got to ask you, what's going to be the strategy going into the next time out when we see you?
Just continue to, shoot for top fives. I mean, wins are always nice, but just consistency will get you the championship in the end. So just top fives throughout the season, and you'll be there at the end.
It will indeed, and Nashville Super Speedway is right in your wheelhouse coming up. So, Winker, as I sign off with you here tonight, my friend, who do you want to thank for the second place finish?
I just want to give a shout out first to Robert for the nice racing. Congratulate on the win to him. He deserved it. I had nothing for him. And then my fiance. Without her, I couldn't do this. And then you guys in the broadcast booth, once again, you killed it again, like you always do. And then everybody at the league, it's just an awesome thing to be a part of this league.
It certainly is indeed. What a great night for you and your team, man. Congratulations, and good to see you back here on the podium.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, number 42, Kevin Winker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he joins me from Victory Lane, all the way from PA. He traveled down to the Windy City and put one in Victory Lane. Robert the Rattlesnake Con. And Con, last time we were here, I think it was a couple seasons ago, you had a fight on your hands in the Truck Series. Xfinity had a good battle there, but I got to believe this was more than just redemption for you here tonight. And I think Con may not be with us here, unfortunately. Looks like he's having mic troubles down there. So I think we'll have to call this one a bit of a chance here. But nevertheless here, folks, I guess that will kind of sign off us on that end. But I guess, unfortunately, Con not able to bring it in with us here tonight. So we'll give a big shout out here again to our sponsors over at GTR Simulator, to DeeDub Button Boxes, ButtKicker Company, Gearhead Coffee, Ooze Motorsports, LBT Pallet, FEGPC.net, Matt Mills Racing Team, Mann's Maintenance, Berrytown Cleaners, and of course Pottlez Wrapz, and to all you fans at home for coming on board here tonight and checking us out. Guys, if you haven't already, if you're watching this on the YouTube end, thank you so much. Like and subscribe here and follow us up on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram handle. Facebook Live is where you'll see every stream go up in front first. And YouTube is where you can visit all the action, all the racing we present here on PTM Racing TV. From all of us here at PTM Racing TV, once again, we thank you and the Pedal to the Metal Racing League crew for coming on board here tonight again. We will see you guys next time when the green flag is flying high. But for now, please be safe. God bless. Take care. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. See you next time.